At least 4 police officers have been injured in the latest outbreak of loyalist clashes in Northern Ireland. Tension's been running high for more than a month after Belfast Council decided to fly the Union flag above City Hall for only 18 days a year. RT Sarah Firth, who's in the province, looks into what else is fueling the unrest.
Recreational rioting, that's what some people are calling it. Protests have been taking place all across Belfast in the past weeks, many of them peaceful, but in pockets, violence breaking out. You can see the protesters on the other side, many of them young, their faces covered as police come under attack with rocks and petrol bombs. Mark Houston's the director of the East Belfast Mission Group that's working with young protesters to try to calm the tensions.
Some kids are doing it for fun. Some are doing it for more sinister motives in terms of control, in terms of power, in terms of ego. Some are doing it because it's sexier than the PlayStation, you know. Young girls are doing it because, and young girls even with young children we've seen on the streets, who I don't think have fully realised what their actions can result in. But they're just out there in some ways having a laugh, and yet there's nothing funny about it.
On the surface, and this has been about the decision at the beginning of December to limit the number of days the Union flag flies at City Hall. But in what's been the most sustained outbreak of violence since the 1998 Good Friday peace agreement, and it's clear that the problems run much deeper. What are the protesters here asking for?
Just we want our flag back up and want our MPs to get off their backsides. Peter Robinson, he's doing absolutely nothing. He was the one that at the start put out 40,000 leaflets for us to come out onto the street to protest against the alliance. And now he's sitting on his backside while we'll take all the flak. He's calling us rubbish and scum and everything else, you know. But when he wanted us out onto the streets for his election, we came out for him.
Do you think the protesters would accept any kind of compromise when it comes to the issue of the flag?
No, because when the flag, if it's the flag down, that's it down. We know we're not going to get it back up for another election because it's the law, majority rule.
A new unionist forum's now formed to try to re-engage politically. But we're told much more will need to be done. There'll be no quick fixes here.
I don't think there's any silver bullet. I think there's so many different things need to happen. Economic investment, political investment, community investment, buy-in by all the stakeholders in these communities to try and resolve the wide raft of issues that are a blight here.
So far, there's been over 100 people arrested, more than 60 police officers injured, and millions of pounds spent in policing these riots and in lost business revenue. Though these riots have been highly localised, their damage has already been far-reaching. This is a new generation bringing violence back onto the streets of Belfast. It's a far cry from the darker days of Northern Ireland's conflict. That doesn't make it any less troubling. Sarah Firth, RT, Belfast.